London, finishing off your WSL weekend, and it's a weekend that saw Chelsea drop points, but started with a 2-0 win for Manchester United over Leicester. Big wins towards the bottom of the table. Aston Villa losing again, 2-0 to Everton. In the battle of the new managers, it was Liverpool who came out on top 1-0 at Crystal Palace. Manchester City 2-1 over Spurs. That 2-2 between Chelsea and Brighton. And Arsenal just the 4-3 over West Ham. Ooh, it's getting nervy at the top, is it? Let's see what the supercomputer says later. They gave Chelsea a 99.3% chance of winning the title. That lead, though, has been cut to 5 points by Manchester United. Arsenal third in the table. West Ham dropping down to ninth. And Crystal Palace failing to win again. 4 points adrift, they remain at the bottom. Talking of drama, Arsenal did it right. Give them their flowers as they hammer it home in North London.
Do you know what? It sounds cliche, but I never thought we was going to lose. I was just getting a bit frustrated in the first half. I think we could have turned it around a bit quicker. And then conceding the third goal made it harder for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, Chloe, share the skipper's confidence, or did you think it was in doubt at one point?
No, I had full belief. I know the talent we have in this group, and we can score many goals, so I think that belief was always there for me.
Yeah, one of the goals scored by yourself. I mean, it's 8 years, I think, since a teenage Chloe Kelly scored for Arsenal at Bristol City. What did that mean?
Yeah, that feels like years ago, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was unbelievable to get a goal back here. This club's amazing, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, and hopefully I can repay it now.
Yeah, you had a little chuckle. Do you remember those times, all those years ago?
But days like today, like Chloe was unbelievable today, and I think when you need a little bit of an injection of something, she's got a bite about her, and I think we needed that today to turn the game around.
It's a big one for you as well. I'm not sure if you're aware, you moved level at the top tonight as Arsenal's record appearance maker, joint record appearance maker in the WSL. And a goal to celebrate. 157 you're on.
Oh, not bad. 157.
Definitely showing me age.
I'm really not going to be popular with you two when we're off camera, am I?
Nice, you're on finish.
I'm in the bad books. Tell us about that header, because I mean, you're a fair way out to get the power.
Yeah, no, to be fair, we practice them all the time, and after the set pieces we had a bit of a... I think West Ham have had 110 corners and they haven't conceded yet this year, and we wanted to turn that around today. Well, I was focused on turning that around, so she put the ball... You, innit? Put the ball on my head. She could have let me stay on my feet in a celebration, though. She doesn't make me look cool.
I didn't see that, actually. Did you bundle her to the ground?
Yeah, I think we both just got really excited, and yeah, she ended up on the floor, but it was a great roly-poly.
Right, I think this is maybe going to make me popular again with Leah, not so much with you.
Oh, nice one.
She is the Barclays player of the match.
Well deserved. Congrats, Leah. Many more.
Thanks, very
Well done.
much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
Ages but a number, right? 250th WSL game. Who's playing in that first? No, let's not talk about that. Izzy Christensen, Steph Orton, here to talk through that one. The second half, when they go into it, they're 2-1 down. I mean, that Chloe Kelly goal just before half-time actually sort of shifted the momentum. Did you believe, Izzy? Leah Williamson said it was never in doubt there.
Well, of course she's going to say that, of course. But I think the Chloe Kelly goal in the first half, you know, just before half-time, it changes the dynamic of Renee Slagers' team talk a little bit. It gives them that almost like a firelighter to say we can set fire to this now and we can start going for it. Of course, West Ham had other ideas at the start of the second half, but Arsenal did respond, and I think that the substitutes made a huge impact, a lot of belief in the group. They're playing with a lot of freedom. You know, we were saying off air, they're playing really exciting football. Arsenal, they've got this ability to just continually attack, when perhaps in the latter sort of stages, 5-10 minutes, they probably should have just taken the ball to the corner and seen it out, but they want to go and get that fifth goal as well. But you can see there's a real togetherness in the group, and, you know, a real momentum starting to build. They've got depth. They're looking good at the moment.
Talking of seeing the game out, West Ham go 3-1 up in that second half. Martinez, we talked about beforehand, and how much of a problem she would cause, and so it proved.
Yeah, it did. I mean, that was a loose pass from Alessia Russo, but I like what Martinez's movement is. She's trying to always get him behind, and that little touch on the left foot to take it on the right. And even the finish, I think, you got Leah Walty trying to come back in, and she tries to close that part of the goal off, but in that moment, it's a little bit of composure, and she looks really exciting for West Ham, and they are definitely trying to play to her strengths. look, that even just that little touch there sent Catley going the other way, and yeah, I think at this time Arsenal are on top, and you're thinking, oh my God, it's 3-1 now, and West Ham maybe could have showed up the game, but Arsenal had other ideas.
This was, you know, the goal that got them back into it. Really strange angle, you know, for viewers that watched the previous game, Chelsea against Brighton, similar, if not tighter angle to Oleslaga's goal that took Brighton into the lead, but this is a wonderful finish, and the disguise on it. We know what Katie McCabe is capable of with that left foot. I don't think she means to shoot there. She means to just thrash it across the centre of the goal. She gets a little bit of sort of spin on the ball, and that's what takes it inside the near post. But that was a big goal for them to start gathering that momentum to start clawing their way back into the game.
She joins us live. She did mean to shoot. After that, then, you said about how quickly they turned things around. And you could see from Williamson, she mentioned she wanted to score from a corner, but you could see that drive from her.
Yeah, definitely. I think, to be honest, I think Arsenal's deliveries all day from set pieces caused West Ham a problem, and that one from Chloe Kelly there. But ultimately, you've got to get first contact on the ball, and Leah Williamson is one of their main headers in terms of Arsenal and attacking it. But to head that from that far out, it's without a doubt it's a goal. It's hard for the keeper to try and keep that out, and it probably rebounds in off her if it does. But I think Arsenal at that time, I think the crowd's galvanised. You're at Boreham Wood, everybody's behind them to try and get that next goal. So I think from then on it was hard for West Ham to kind of stop that onslaught from Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the first set-piece goal that West Ham have conceded this season. The penalty, if you're Smith looking at this, I'm not entirely sure what she's doing.
Yeah, this is really strange, actually. I mean, Arsenal started to go long. They're picking up the second phase. There's big shouts from the Arsenal players. I like the way the referee takes his time over the decision. You know, you don't be fooled by the appeals. But it comes from Kate McCabe as well, the wonder of a left foot. She puts it into a really good area. There's no contact there for Caitlin Ford for me. I don't think that's a foul at all. So that's the first piece. The second piece is just the reaction from Kirsty Smith. Honestly, I have no explanation other than that's bizarre. I don't know.
Not expecting it, maybe?
Well, maybe not expecting
it.
You can judge the flight of the ball, but I'm sorry, as a defender in that situation, you got to have your hands down. You've got to be on the front foot ready to defend. And Caldentey squeezes this into the corner. Keeper does really well to get a hand to it, but that's a big goal under big pressure for Arsenal. You know, and they just seem to roll. We've seen it again in slow motion here. You know, West Ham might be aggrieved about the contact from Caitlin Ford, but for me, that's no way a foul.
It just sums up everything West Ham were doing wrong in those sort of 5 minutes. Their heads went a bit.
It's the pressure that Arsenal put them under. It's the pressure, and that's what Arsenal do. They know how to galvanise themselves. They know how to get back into a game. They've got the tools all over the pitch to do it, and that's exactly what they did, and West Ham felt the pressure.
We talked before the game, actually, off air, about actually Arsenal have got so many penalty takers. If we have a little look again at Caldentey's penalty, I mean, you said it just sort of squeezes it. She might just say that's perfect, right?
Well, yeah.
She scored, that's all that matters. Yeah,
no, I'm a perfectionist. I'd like to see that not touch the keeper's hand and go in, but I'm a perfectionist. It went in the back of the net, that's all that matters.
I think for Caldentey, she steps up again. I think that's been big for Arsenal this season. Yeah. She has been their go-to player to score in these pressure moments and obviously to make it 4-3. But I think it's important in this game that the substitutes made a difference. I think you're talking about Cooney-Cross coming on, you're talking about Caitlin Ford being able to be so direct. And it caused West Ham problems. I think the introduction of Blackstone, she was running in behind. It creates more space for Russo. So I think Renee Slager has to take a big positive from that she's able to look to her bench and make changes to impact the game.
Funny you should mention that. We are going to hear from Renee Slegers after the break, and we'll hear from Rhiannon Skinner too. But for Renee, it was those changes that made the difference for Arsenal.
Well, Renee, for us, absolutely thrilling game to watch. For you, would you prefer something a bit calmer?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've been saying it before that we pride ourselves on clean sheets and being solid defensively. So we put ourselves in a situation today that I don't think we've been through as a team since I'm here, and I'm just very proud of the way the girls stayed calm and composed, found the solutions, kept digging in, and it just shows a lot of strength and character. I think that we are standing here. I'm standing here with a win.
So why was it the type of game that it was, particularly in that early part where you found yourselves a couple of goals down?
They had a very tall team on the pitch today, so they are strong on set pieces. I think we don't want to allow them any set pieces. The pitch was hard to play on today, so I think we turn over the ball way too much in the first half, particularly. Part of it is the surface, and a part of it is us forcing the ball into central areas too much, where the space was in the wide areas.
So did those turnovers actually make them a threat from open play as well? It wasn't just actually the corners, was it?
No, but the corners also come off turnovers where they can counter-attack, so that's definitely something we want to do better. But again, I want to highlight the positives, because I think the mentality of the team today, coming back and getting the win over the line, and momentum that we've been talking about, when we have positive momentum, capitalize, and that's what we did today in the second half. Yeah,
we've actually just had a couple of your players stood right here saying actually they never felt it was in doubt. They always felt like they could win the game. Did you share that confidence?
I'm happy to hear, because it's important that the players have trust in what we do, and I think sometimes it's easier as a player on the pitch because you can influence, you can impact what's happening in the moment. It's a little bit harder from the sideline, so I'm happy to hear that they feel like that, and that's how we want the players to feel on the pitch. But also I think the support from the supporters helped us. They also kept on believing, and they stayed calm and composed and positive.
Is it actually a real positive for you that you faced a new situation and come through it? The panic didn't set in when it could have done.
Yeah, definitely. So I think this gives us very positive feedback on how do we deal with hard times. And doing this at the start of the block, where everyone comes from different national teams, from other continents, coming back here and having to deal with this, I think it just shows a lot of strength. So I'm very happy for the girls that we got the win.
How important was it that you did go over the line today? Like you say, it's the start of the block. We've got some massive matches, a couple of cup quarter-finals. And to start that block with a defeat, it would have been a huge setback, especially on a day where Chelsea have dropped points and maybe the title door is ajar a little bit again.
No, it's huge. It was essential today, so yeah, it was very important.
And I said the title door's ajar again. Is it?
Like I said, we need to keep on believing, and we need to keep on doing what we're doing, and anyone at any point can slip, but we can't control that, but we can control our performances and hopefully a little bit of the results as well.
Well done. You can go for a lie down now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
While she does that, you'll be able to hear from Rhiannon Skinner on Sky Sports Social. Cooney-Cross, the real difference for this Arsenal team.
Yeah, I think her impact, we were going to speak about her before the game, because she's had a really good run in the side now, starting to find her feet, benefiting a lot from being in the Arsenal system, the Arsenal programme, and she's starting to make that position her own, dictating play from deep, making things happen. I think she's improved her kind of physical capacity. She's added power and pace to her game. She's got so much ability on the ball, and her passing range in particular is fantastic.
Yeah, and I think when she came on today, she really upped that tempo for Arsenal, and I think that range of passing, it allowed the wingers to get on the ball, the likes of Ford, Kelly, Beth Mead when she came on, and she made things happen. And I think that's a player that's full of confidence, and you get that by playing football games, and ultimately as well, not only attacking but in that defensive kind of thing that she has to do. It's about trying to break up play, and she's been able to have that kind of passing accuracy in that midfield role is so crucial to the way that Arsenal play.
That's super impressive stats.
Does that response, that confidence happen to Arsenal at the start of this season?
I'm not so sure. I feel as though Arsenal were kind of rotating players quite a lot. I don't think they had a settled team, whereas now Cooney-Cross starts tonight. If she hadn't been away with Australia in the She Believes Cup, I think without a doubt she'd probably one of the first names on the team sheet. But I understand why Renee Slager has changed the team today, but ultimately when she came on, she was that key player that made the difference.
If you've missed any of today's action, where were you? But you can watch the highlights from midnight, all the WSL action from then. It was a day that saw Chelsea and Arsenal play their 250th WSL goal. Some of the dodgy hairstyles may have changed, but the hair-raising moments haven't. Good night.